Let's do it. Hello, 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 everybody. And this is Benivita. And today we want to talk about the customer acquisition part of this business. So let's jump right into it. The first thing I believe everybody needs to know as an ambassador is we need to master the who, what, and why. And what do I mean by that? Clarity is the foundation of your mission. And if you know what the mission is, if you understand what the business is about, then I believe that you could tell other people about it. And you don't even need to sell anything, you'll just be enrolling people. So, who we are a mission driven healthcare platform delivering affordable, accessible digital care. What we do, we provide a full service telehealth ecosystem designed to replace expensive insurance gaps with scalable solutions. Why we do it. The current system is broken. Over 70 million Americans lack adequate coverage, and we are here to bridge that gap. These are very simple. These are things that you guys should understand. It's only three sentences. And this basically, somebody's going to ask you, like, why then, or what, or who? And it's right here. You could basically bring this to people before they even ask you those questions, right? Let's look at the next part. Set your business foundation. Now, how would you set up a business like this for yourself? You know, you need to build confidence through familiarity. And what does that mean? That means personal use is always the best thing. Log in and familiarize yourself with the Benivita dashboard. Look at the back office, look at the website, look at everything. So if you give the website to somebody, they might ask you a question. You're saying, oh, well, just go to the left, go down to the bottom, go down to the right, right? Know your tools because these tools are the ones that's going to break you away to that residual freedom that you really want. So speaking from personal experience is your greatest sales tool. Let's just be honest. When you know where stuff is, when you're using the service and you have stories about your personal, using of the service, then it just works better. So the next thing I want you to do is identify your goals. Are you looking for a lifestyle change or to build a lasting legacy? So what do you want? John would always tell me, do you want part of the money or all the money? So what do you guys want? Do you guys want to buy a house? Do you want to put your kids in private school? Do you want to build a residual income that's going to make, your retirement much easier for you to retire sooner? Do you want to retire your wife or husband? The clarity of this drives your confidence in the business because every time you're doing the business, it's going to get a little tedious. You're going, man, I make another call, get another customer, talk to another person that I want to be an ambassador. But if you don't have a goal in back of that, then it's kind of like you look yourself in the mirror and you say, well, I failed today. It's okay. But you don't want to fail those dreams that you have because those dreams are something that you're going to reach for in a future time. And the faster you can get there by collapsing your time frames, by doing these different tedious steps, it is going to be a great benefit for your life. I want you guys also to review the matrix, look at it, visualize it, understand the potential of the 8 tier scalable compensation model to see how your business can grow. You can start putting people's names there and you can start putting customers there yourself, or you can look in the back office and see how it goes. But I want you guys to have a visualization of this 8 tier matrix filling up and making you over 13,000 to 30 something thousand dollars, however you guys want to build it up. I have a way that I'm trying to build it up to where I'm trying to make 20 to $30,000 a month residual off of it from a combination of gaining my own customers and then using the matrix where everybody makes the money together off of everybody's customers. So you want to build your red list. And what do I mean by that? You have to build up your list. This isn't just going to happen to you, right? You're not going to be able to just walk around and get everybody. You have to build relationships with people. Well, how do you do that? A lot of us don't know how to build relationships. Some of us do, right? But we're going to have to take cold list people, people that we barely talk to, people that we haven't talked to in a while, and get on the phone with them and get back with them and then tell them about this. So I want you guys to write down, your goal today is to write down 10 to 20 names of people who are forward thinking and growth oriented. I call these people red apples because they're ripe, they're ready for you to do business with, they're ready for you to talk to, and they'll give you good suggestions and build you up. They're positive people. Right now I want you to stay away from negative people that you're always having conflicts with, and you got to beg them to to do things that should make sense, or when you're trying to help them out, they make it hard for you to help them out. So avoid those people. Just get 10 names, 20 names of people that are easy for you to work with. So I want you to protect your energy and just avoid anybody that you would think is rotten, or somebody that's always telling you negative stuff every time. These type of people, you'll talk to them about something positive and something negative will always come out. It'll be an argument. You just want to call them and just ask them how they're doing, man. I love you. And they start complaining about something. So just check those off the list in the beginning. And when you got time later on, you might want to call those people and see if you could help them change a little bit. The golden rule is do not engage or debate with negativity. You're not selling this. All you're doing is enrolling people in a service that we believe they already want. So there's no sales here. You don't have to sell something and then, well, I already have this, or I know this other company that does this. Great. Get off the phone. Like, there's no reason to talk to anybody that's going to say something like their product, or this that they have, and this. You're just trying to tell them what you have. This is one of the number one products because of our number one pillar. New Benefits is the number one in the world at doing the telehealth services. They do it for the biggest companies in the world. So we don't have to argue oh yeah, that one might be better, or this. No, we're with the number one people. 7% of America is using this system that we're using in the big corporate model. So we already know they're not failing because they're big corporations that are using this. Okay. Ambassador mindset. What should your mindset be? You know, moving with red energy. The ambassador's first goal. All of our first goal is to get 25 customers to open up an income from all 8 levels of the matrix. All we need to do is get 25 customers, in our lifetime, or in a week, or in a month, or in 2 months, or in a year, however long it takes us. Different people are going to take different times, but our goal is to have 25 stable customers that basically pay into the system every month. And you can look at it as like a Netflix subscription, right? It's just like they're paying for a service. They're going to get their movies, or Apple, or AT&T. Like me, I pay my service. It stays on. If I don't pay the service, it goes off, right? And we know that some people will not pay their service every month, and that's just the facts of life. But with this service, is so good that it's predicted that over 85% of people that jump on this will stay on it. Yeah, and that's something that's unheard of. Our second goal that I want everybody to start thinking about is to enroll 10 more customers each month. So once you get your 25 customers, then I want you guys to work on 10 customers each and every month. 10 customers a month is not really that hard. That means that you're trying to get about 2 to 3 customers every 7 days. So every week, 2 to 3 customers. Okay. The vision. I want you guys to understand we need to move with speed. Stay mission driven. Remember that you're on a team and we're all building this together, and you want to do your part. Even though your part is just a minimum part of you finding 25 customers, know there's people like me and other people that are finding ambassadors and getting customers. So don't let the whole team down. All we're asking you to do is find 25 customers. Very, very simple for everybody to do this. And we're gonna put some heavy time in this, and we got the right people already to get us enough ambassadors, enough customers for us all to break away with at least 10,000 customers and get our residual great check. Ambassador tips for success. Identify the red apples. Spend 95% of your time. Once again, I want you guys to remember this. If you don't remember anything else, 95% of your time spend with people that are driven. Put all your time into people that are action takers, right? Don't mess around and keep on calling up the same person. They said they were going to sign up and they're not signed up yet. Just find people that are going to do, what they need to do to become a great customer or become an ambassador. Is very, very simple. The under 90 rule. If you ever get stuck talking to somebody, man, just tell them for under 90, you could have your whole family with this service for under $90. That's unheard of. $90. I just spent $100 at the gas. station at Costco. It's like cheaper gas. So $90 is nothing when I'm filling up my gas all the time, or every time I go grocery shopping, I don't even remember the last time I spent $90. I'm always spending more than that. So $90 is a magical key that unlocks people's brain and says that's not that much money to me. So for $90, you can have your whole family insured. It is a beautiful entrance to a conversation. And then I'm going to go over some of those. And let the website work for you. The website is a tool, and just let that work. Give them the website, let them look through it. I mean, my mentor, I didn't think he would want to be an ambassador. I didn't know, but I gave him the information. He asked me for the website. He called me back. He was like, man, where can I sign up? Where do I sign up at? I said, Dad, I didn't even give him the link to sign up. I just gave him the Benivita website. And he started telling me about the owner and the president of the company. And man, they got a strong team and this thing looks really good. So just let people look. It's a really good website that makes a lot of sense when you start pushing all the buttons and details on it. I wish that's what I should have had my mentor on today. The F.O.R.M.S memory jogger. This is what I want you guys to do, because some people are like, well, I don't have anybody to call, Lonnie. I don't know anybody. I don't know. Listen, you know somebody if you step outside. I just met somebody at the Filipino restaurant, said hi to him. I gave another person in back of me, I gave him my soup because I don't eat pork and they give you pork soup. I gave that to somebody and they were like, man, why would you just give us something like, I was like, man, God loves you. I mean, you could carry conversations with everybody everywhere you go. I'm going to always talk to people. Some people could do it, some people can't. But, what I learned in life is to form people. And what does that mean? That means that you learn how to talk to people in their language. So even the people that are already your friends, cousins, relatives, when you call them up, the first thing you tell them, I don't ask them, hey, can you be a customer at Benivita? That's not, I'll never do that with anybody. I always have relationships with people. So when I call them up, I'm going to ask them about stuff about themselves because I care about them. I just don't want them to be a customer. I want a relationship with people so they could talk to me. I could talk to them. So this is what we're talking about. When you ask somebody questions, the first thing, the most important thing that most people is to ask about their friends or families. If you know them, you ask about, hey, what about your daughter? What about your son, your wife? You know that person. How's your family been? How's your daughter been? Right? Seen any of our friends lately? If we were high school friends on Facebook or something, hey man, you seen any of the people we used to hang out with in high school? See any people that we used to hang out at the ministry together? Remember Joe? Remember John? Remember David? These are the kind of questions that are gonna lead you into them talking to you and you learning more about them. Now you're not playing a game on people. This is stuff that if you're a friend or if you want a relationship with people, this is how you're supposed to talk to people anyways. And a lot of people don't get trained in how to talk to people and know how to talk to people. But, I'm a pastor, so I got to know how to talk to people. And I learned this from network marketing a long time ago, how to talk to somebody. Because in San Diego, I just tell people, just ask about the weather. Isn't the weather good? That starts out all conversations in San Diego, but we all don't live in a weather place like that. So the first thing usually is about your family. The second thing is about your occupation. Man, how's that job been going? How are you doing in school? How's things? You're asking questions about their life that's important to them. You know, Still enjoying what you were doing before? Are you still a plumber, man? I remember you loved that. Number three is recreation, art. Doing anything fun lately? Man, when was the last vacation you went on? Are you doing anything, man? What's your hobby, man? We used to play basketball together. What do you like to do? Oh, I like to hike, Lonnie. Oh man, I like hiking too. Where'd you hike at last time? Oh, I went here, Lonnie. Oh man, I just came back. I was hiking in the Dominican Republic. There's all kind of conversations that you have because you're asking them questions that they care about. You're just not coming into a conversation and you don't know what to ask somebody. You don't know how to be a good friend. And I feel sorry for you if you never learned some of this stuff. Let's go to M, meaningful moments. Man, any big updates or changes in your life? You don't know what kind of answer would come out of something like that. Yeah, Lonnie, I just bought a business. Yeah, Lonnie, my son just turned 10, man. We had this big party for him. Yeah, I'm the coach of my kids' baseball team. All kind of good stuff can come out of that. What's been the highlight of your week, man? What's the best thing that happened this week or this month? What's the best thing that happened? I haven't talked to you in a year, cousin. Man, what's the best thing that you did this year? Man, I went on a vacation. Me too. I went to Africa. I went to Kenya and Tanzania. All you're doing is just getting them to answer something so then you could share your life with them and gain more of a relationship. What about situations right now? What brings you here today? Why did you come to this store today? That might be how you open up a question. You see your friend at the store. This always happens to me because my wife said, "Man, you say everybody's your friend," but I'll say, "Man, why did you come here today?" "Oh man, we love this store, Lonnie, and stuff like this, or wherever you're at. How you doing? How's it been so far, man? How do you like our church? Has it been going good, man? How's the programs? Are you in any other program, learning anything at the church? Any of the small groups or anything, man? Tell me about them. These are the things that are situational, they're happening right now that are changing people's lives, and nobody's really asking them. And since you're a good friend, you'll ask them. Look at this. Make it personal, man. When you talk to somebody, try to remember what you talked last about. It might have been a year ago. It might have been 2 years ago. It might have been a week ago. But try to remember something like, what did you just talk about last time that was very important to them? And remember that because you care. That's why you want to remember stuff like that. So bring it back up. Man, you told me your son's in that baseball league. How did it go? Did they win the championship? Things like that. Something important in their life. One question that you could ask them that you already kind of knew about them, but you want to learn more details about them. All right, let's go over some scripts and then we'll be done with this call. There's different scripts that you guys are going to do, but you got to make this your own script. You just don't use these scripts on a piece of paper and look at them when you're talking to somebody. It's not going to work. You're going to sound so phony, baloney. It's not going to work. You got to build these scripts up yourself and make them your own. The number one script that I really like is the one that my mentor John came up with, the owner of the company, right? It's subtle, a simple three-part approach, and all the scripts that I did are three-part approaches. But this is what John told us, the hook. Ask, are you happy with your current health insurance coverage? Pause right there. Let them answer that. This is after you're already talking to them, you're back in a good relationship with them, and then you ask them about this. This is something I have to offer to you, right? Now, most people are going to say, no, I don't like my health insurance. I do, boom, boom, boom. They're going to say, we only had one person. I asked about 100 people so far. I had one person that said she loves her health care. And she's, 86 years old. It's a dear friend of mine. But you can't really find anything that she doesn't like. She's always, even somebody cusses her out. She's like, that's like an angel to us, Lonnie. She got cussed out in the street ministry. Somebody poured water on her and she was like, man, I know God just loves them so much and God wants me to love them. So some people aren't going to say anything negative about anything, but 99% of the people are going to say they don't like their health insurance coverage. It's too much. It doesn't work good. They got to wait at the hospital too long. It's going to be some negative. Next thing, once they say that, you say, do you feel like you're paying too much? Now, everybody that pays for health insurance or it comes out of from their job and then they have to basically go there and pay a little extra when they go to see a doctor or all that stuff, they're going to say, man, yeah, I'm paying way too much. So you got them with the hook. And the pivot is I recently found a healthcare company called Benivita. If I could show you a way to cover your entire family for under $90 a month, would you want to take a look? Now, most people, 80% of people, if you tell them that, and if they said something negative about the first two things you asked them, they're going to say, yeah, $90? Goodness gracious. My dad pays $200 a month for his medicine, and he has the Navy's insurance. So we got stuff that helps him. The number three, the referral. If they say yes, send your link and let the website do the work. Keep it simple and low pressure because they want the information. If they want it right now, hey, I got a website that will show you everything about this. When can we sit down and look at it together? That's the key. Just don't send your website out to people. You can do it your own way, but trust me, if you just send your website out to somebody, they're possibly not going to sign up, right? They're going to look over stuff. They're going to wait till tomorrow, wait till the next day. But if you're on the phone with them and you tell them, where do you sign up at? Where do I click the link to sign up? What membership should I get? You walk through it like that with, okay, let me get my credit card. Okay, I put in my credit card. Okay, I got the service. What's next? And then you say, you have to wait. You tell them exactly, and that's what you want. That's the clean customer acquisition right there. They ask for the website to sign up. You walk them through the website. You stay on the phone with them or you stay in public with them on their phone. You go to the website and you show them how to sign up. That's the way that you know for sure you got a customer. Okay. Let's go to number 2, financial relief. This is one I kind of put together today, and I want you guys to have some good ones too. But I'm just gonna give you guys a couple, like 4 different ones, considering like the pillars of our business, right? So families or individuals filling the insurance gap or high premium burnout, right? We're gonna focus on the pillar 3 on our service and the price point of $90. So the hook is, hey, Erica, I've been thinking about you. Are you currently happy with your health insurance coverage? Or does it feel like you're paying way too much for what you actually get? It's kind of like the same thing that we already had on the first script, a little bit different because you're putting both of the questions in one question, right? But the pivot is a little different. I totally get it. I actually just partnered with a healthcare platform called Benivita. They're, they built a full service healthcare ecosystem designed to replace those expensive insurance gaps. I can show you a way to get 24/7 virtual urgent care, primary care, and mental health support for your entire family for under $90 a month. No co-pays and no waiting rooms. Man, the referral. If I sent you my link, would you want to take a quick look at how the discount prescriptions and dental vision benefits work? You could just say something easy like that. When they go on the website and they say, well, can I see the medicines and things like this? Well, you're going to get that list because you're going to become a customer yourself. And you could write down the list, or you could take them where on the internet and it say tier 1 medicines, and it says those are 0. Look at this. It's right on the internet. Tier 2 medicines, these are only $5. Tier 3 medicines are only 7. They could look at all that stuff, right? These are for people that are paying more already, and they need something to give them a discount. All right, number 3, trust and transparency. These are for people like if you're talking to a CEO friend or somebody that has a lot of money, or somebody that isn't gonna want to buy the cheapest thing but want to buy the best thing. This kind of person we're talking about. Sometimes they're very skeptical, because they're very professional, and value is the stability in what they want. So usually you're going to come in with the pillar 1 with pillar 2, um, you know, communication with them. What do I mean by that? Hey, quick question. In this crazy economy, are you looking for ways to streamline your monthly bills without sacrificing quality? Man, they don't even know what you're talking about right here. They're like, yeah, man, people like CEOs and things like this, people that are big, have a lot of money, they're always looking to streamline their cost, their family cost, anything like that. They're looking for products like that. So they don't even know it's telehealth yet. But then you start telling them about what? The reason I'm asking is because I'm working with Panacea Life Sciences. They are a publicly traded company held to full SEC transparency standards. They launched Benevita to provide affordable digital care. We're backed by a 40-year established infrastructure that already serves over 25 million monthly customers. It's the same level of compliance used by companies like Tyson Foods and eBay, but scaled down for individuals and families. That's their language. You're talking at their level right now. You're talking about a company that they probably want to be a part of. First, they're thinking like 25 million people are doing this and I'm not in it. They're thinking that somebody didn't tell them about it, right? You start telling them about different businesses that are working with you guys and things like that. And it's a publicly traded company where it's not some little scam or anything like that. Now they're thinking bigger in their head about the company. This is the way that I'll approach mentors and big people. So then the referral. I'd love for you to see the dashboard. If I send you a link, can you check and see why this is becoming the new standard for digital care? See, people like that, they want to be in front of the line. They want to bypass the line. They want to get into stuff before everybody else gets into it, right? They want to be like, oh, yeah, I knew about that 2-3 years ago. These are the kind of people we're talking about. The last people, and this is script number 4, lifestyle and convenience. Busy professionals, entrepreneurs, people that are action takers. You want to focus in on the pillar 3, and that's our core services. And they might actually want to become an ambassador. And you tell them about the ambassador mindset also. So the hook. Hey, uh, Richard, how much time and money do you think you've wasted sitting in urgent care waiting rooms or trying to get a mental health appointment lately? You know what I'm saying? That's just cut straight to the point. Everybody has been through that situation. Everybody. I haven't been to the doctor in a while. I haven't got sick in over 21 years, but man, I remember like taking my wife to the emergency room and waiting there for all kind of time. I mean, it's a hassle. I remember trying to get, psychiatrist support for some of the people because I'm a street minister, and them telling me, man, I still haven't found a match. It's been 2 weeks. So I'm just telling you, with our system, it's immediately where we can have somebody talking with you within a couple minutes to a couple hours. The pivot. I moved into the telehealth space with a mission driven platform called Benivita. We're fixing a broken system by providing 24/7 virtual care that you can access from your phone immediately. It includes mental health support, virtual primary care, and even discounts on 1,500 different medicines. It's about taking control of your health freedom without the traditional insurance barriers. Boom, you got them. The referral. I'm looking for a forward thinking people to trial the platform. They could trial it. One of my mentors that's in the business, Larry, he said he was going to pay for people their first month. He wants to help people with mental health. He said, I'll pay for the person the first month. They could pay the next month. I got another good friend of mine, David, and he's going to pay for 25 people to have this service. He's going to pay every month for him to keep this service because he really cares about people. So this is one of those kind of things like you don't have to pay for nobody, but just try it out, bro. Try it out. See if it works for you for 1 month. If you don't need it, then fine. But you really didn't lose anything. It's just a little bit of money. But if you do need it, then it's worth so much to you. Just this little money you're putting out for the month can be worth so much value for you. It's such a beautiful value proposition. So if I send you my link, would you be open to seeing how it fits into your lifestyle? And man, that's it, you guys. These are the different ways I would talk to people, different scripts. I'm gonna make this into a video for you guys and send it to you guys. But now I want to open it up to just questions and answers. If you guys go ahead and unmute yourself and just ask me anything, tell me if you guys can make a better script. Tell me what you guys are doing to get customers. I'm just open to anything right now. We're trying to recharge up our company and get this thing to where we can get our customers and everybody get to eat residually together. Go ahead.
Great job, Lonnie. I got a couple ideas and tips that you can use. First one, I just want to remind everyone to make sure you are super clear that what we're offering is not health insurance. We have to be like super clear on that.
Yes.
But yeah, we can kind of do kind of like consistent posting on social media about it. Just kind of talk about one little aspect of it, just like, hey, you can talk to doctor 24/7, no copay. Hey, did you know you can get all these, prescription drugs with no copay and all these other ones for like $5 or $10? You can actually come up ahead by, if you're normally paying 100, $200 a month for medications, and maybe you can get, more than the cost of the subscription for the savings you get on your prescription drugs, possibly, things like that. If you are interested in spending a little bit of money, you can there's a lot of websites out there with like data where you can like, hey, can I buy a list of people, adults this age that don't have health insurance? I'm sure there's a website out there that'll sell that, and you can call them, email them, text them, whatever you want. If you wanted to go like social media, you can like boost post, pay a little bit of money to boost a post, or you can even do like Google click ads, things like that. If you treat it like a business where you say like, hey, I'm going to put this much money into it every month, and then eventually once you start cash flowing positive, you can grow that budget, even if that's like 100 a month, 200, 300, whatever you want to do. If you do want to go that route, have that grow as your commission and your monthly matrix kind of bonuses and all that come through. So just kind of hit it from a couple of different angles. Look through your contacts on your phone, look through your scrolling through social media. You kind of like, I haven't talked to that guy in a while. You remind you, reach out to that person. Shoot him a message, shoot him a text, say like, hey, how you going? Can I talk to you for a second? Things like that. So just kind of go through different avenues of what you already know, and don't be afraid to kind of try something new.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, and there's memory joggers too. Like, I don't know anybody. Well, who is the person that you drop your clothes off for dry cleaning? Who's your coach of your kids? Who's a teacher? There's all kind of things. Who's on your Facebook? Everybody has more than two people on their Facebook. Talk to your mom and dad about it. Talk to your grandparents. Talk to your kids that are old enough. I mean, everybody has, two people at least. Some
Lonnie,
people
this
just
is
don't know how to
Michelle.
reach out.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So I started something for my granddaughter just out of fun. This pickle kit, and within 3 days, she went viral with over 500,000 views on this pickle kit on Instagram. So if I wanted to post something on her business page that I created for her, what can I post just to get that audience?
I would work with Jessica, which you since you have that many people on there, and just send her something, and she'll send. I mean, I could think of some stuff for you to put just without putting a logo or things like that. But
Okay.
yeah,
Because
I'm in
within
like a
three
lot of.
days, yeah,
Mhm.
within 3 days, I got 500,000 views for that video that I posted for her. So I'm
Yeah, see,
like,
that's
that's reaching
beautiful.
out there, for some, I mean, all over the world. So I want to see
Yeah.
if it was okay for me to put something on that page, on her Instagram page, that's kind of like a link.
Yes.
Okay.
There is definitely. I'm in a lot of trader groups, so every algorithm's different. But like with my trader group, I'll ask people. I'll say, "Hey, man, do you guys need telehealth? Have you ever heard of it?" I might ask them a couple questions. Somebody will say they're burnt out with trading, and I'll say, "Man, maybe you need to talk to a mental health person." So there's all kind of ways to talk to people. The thing that Benevita will limit us is if we use their logo, and there's words that we can't say, like we can't guarantee any income, we can't guarantee, we can't say this insurance or anything like that. So as long as we just keep it with the three don'ts that he always talks about, and we build something for something like that, is we need to build it and then send it to Jessica and let her approve it, and then just say, hey, we got 500,000 people hot ready right now. Can you please approve it? And tell us what to change so we can come back and fix it or whatever. Because that's real. When it's really hot like that, we want to make sure that it's a really good representation of ourselves. And something about Jessica as the president, she's really good at marketing, so she has an eye for that. So it'll be really good to run it by her and just make sure everything is perfect.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, that was great. You guys, let's get some questions. Let's get some participation, please. Go ahead. All right. Does anybody else have any strategy of how they're grabbing people? I know we have some really good marketers on here that do social media and AI stuff.
Lonnie, hello.
Yes.
I have a very unique situation. I wish I had the gift, a gab like you do, sir. You're amazing at it. So I can see you doing very well in a situation like this. So I've been practicing with my family members, someone that I'm not afraid to get a no from, right? Um, but my unique situation is that for the last 20, 25 years, I've been getting everybody off of meds. So my situation is like, I'm getting these weird reactions like, what do you mean, Chris? You're trying to get me in all these natural remedies, and now you're trying to get me back into Western medicine. And it's like I have to learn and pick up. There's some people that will be clients. There's some people that will not. Unfortunately, my crowd has been very holistic, very natural, alternative route, and I'm gonna have to get out there. I might have to do a few one-on-ones with you, practice, pick it up, because I hear you. It's so easy for you to just start talking to people. Um, but in my particular situation, it is a little tricky. I'm getting not such great feedback yet. Like
Chris,
Yeah,
it's
can
it's
I
and with the
can I
with the
can I
family
speak on
like
that,
that is
Lonnie?
perfect. Huh?
Lonnie, can I speak on that?
Oh, go
Chris,
ahead. Yeah.
as you know,
yes,
I have
ma'am.
a medical practice in Corona and Riverside, and one of my physician, he's strictly does not like giving no meds. He strictly wants natural. He's like, you don't need all this. So I have the same issue with patients that come into my office. You have a lot of
Yes,
patients
ma'am.
who don't want to take meds for a lot of reasons. Maybe they were used to use drugs in the past, and anything, they're afraid to take now. I mean, you have these different situations. So what the way we handle it is basically it's called preventive care. We're preventing them from getting sick, not necessarily saying that you have to put them on meds. It's just checking up on them, monthly, annually, making sure their labs are good, basically. And that's how we get those patients to come in for multiple visits, because we're like, look, we don't want you on meds. We want to make sure we're doing preventative medicine, keeping you healthy. And so that's how I get them to come back for their appointments, because they don't come back to get meds. They just come back just to make sure everything's good, make sure that gas tank is full. So that's how I handle
Mm,
my patients in-house. So that's how I'm doing right now with the telemedicine too. Not necessarily selling, oh, the prescriptions are $5 and some are free. I don't even mention that part of it. To me, that's like the cherry on top, because basically what we want them to do is want to get medical service. They may have fevers, they may have something going on with them mentally. I leave the prescription part out of it until they say, hey, well, how does this work? I'm paying for X, Y, and Z. Then that's when I say, well, there's 3 tiers. One is free, two is this. Then that's when I add that other information into the whole
mm.
conversation.
Okay.
So
Okay.
just FYI.
Yeah.
Preventative. That's beautiful. That's
Yeah. That
beautiful.
was great. That was great. I guess I just have to expose myself. Unfortunately, like the crowd that I hang out with, you hear just like Lonnie. Last time I went to the doctors was like 20 years ago, and I don't ever want to go. I don't plan on going to one anytime soon. Like I keep hearing the same thing, right? Um, so I think the way I'm going to grow is going to be a lot slower than most of you. And I think that's okay. I'm going to adjust. I'm going to keep pushing. I'm still on board. Um, but I purposely am saying this just in case somebody else on the group is thinking the same way. Like, man, this is going to be really hard for me. How am I going to do this? Like, well, I'm going to push it, and it's going to be a very slow start for me, but consistency is going to pay off at the end, and I know that to be true. But thank you. Was that Michelle?
Yes.
Thank you, Michelle, for
Yep.
that.
You're
Yep.
welcome.
I always think about this business. There's all these ways that I think, right? Because the Lord, he made me a little different than a lot of people. But I thought about like I go into worst case scenarios, best case scenarios. I go into stuff like that. The worst case scenario that I can see is I'm trying to get customers, don't really find any, and then there's 10,000 customers underneath me in the matrix. And what am I going to do at that point? I have a chance to make over $13,000, but I don't have 25 customers. So what? I'm just gonna sit there week in, month out, just not get any of that money from the matrix that's already filled up. I mean, I don't know, man. I was thinking worst case scenario, I just go out and buy 25 people myself. 25 people is like $2,000, and you make $13,000 when the 10,000 people are under you. I mean, it's not going to take a rocket scientist. I don't even know if I'm supposed to say that, but I know David is a brainiac too, and he basically worked it out the other way. David's like, man, I might as well pay for 25 people right now up front, and then when the money starts rolling, then I'm gonna get it back anyways. But to each his own. Worst case scenario should be thought about. You don't want to be not in this program in the start of it, and there's 10,000 people that could have been under you, but you're thinking, hey, man, I don't know about getting 25 customers. I'm going to tell you, Chris, as smart as you are, if there's $13,000 underneath you a month and you're not going to be able to get 25 customers, brother, come on, man. I'm going to sit you
No,
down and I'm
no,
going to sit you down and
I,
shake you up a
I
little
can
bit,
get
bro.
them. I just need to change my approach. Like I sell, $500,000 projects, construction, right? It's so easy
Exactly.
for me to organically get one of those clients because, my work, speaks for itself. And, my approach is very different. We've had our conversations. Like my sales tactics is not pushy at all. It's very like, hey, this is what I do. If you love it, feel free to call me, ask any questions. We'll take it from there. Very smooth, very
Yeah.
no pressure,
I
very,
seen one of your
and it's
jobs and
worked.
I seen 20 people working in a little bit of like an 800 square foot place with 20 people that work for you. I'm just saying, worst come to worst, just pay for those 20 people right there, brother. That's that's all. just to
I,
be honest with
all
you.
right. Oh,
And if they
that's
don't
gonna be
use
my
it, they
plan
don't
B.
use it. If they don't use it, they don't use it. But they might need to talk to somebody or ask somebody. I think the mental health is something that I really want to key on. And I have a big builder out in Kentucky, and she was telling me about this grant, and we were looking over it. And it's a mental health grant that they want to basically give $600,000 for people to help people get mental health. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, to me, I feel like she could just sign people up in this, get them the mental health, and stack up that money and do the right thing with it. That's what I was thinking. So there's all kind of different stuff that people could do. And somebody was telling me there's grants in California too for mental health to help out people that need mental health help. And he was just going to get a grant from the government and then pay for people to get in here with the grant. I mean, I don't I think the government's going to be happy if you get them a service to where they could talk to a doctor from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. with a mental health person. I think, this stuff is so good. If we just really reach in and find out what this stuff really has, I think it's just a beautiful opportunity. And that's why I love you, Chris, because you always got the good questions that are going to make people think, that everybody can do it. The way that you just told me, I mean, I feel like signing up again, maybe signing up my daughter a position or something.
Yes, yes, and uh, every question that I have is a productive one. It's so I can learn or someone else listening can learn something. I really don't. I'm really not trying to be negative. I really want to figure this out. I just need to change my approach. I need to uh, get more social, like you, get out there, start talking to people, and just slowly push it. That's going to be my thing. I might, like I said, it's going to be a slower process for me, but I'm still going to be there, and eventually I'll get those 25.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I believe in you. I believe
Beautiful.
in you. Mr. Herrera, I know that you're a big leader in this organization. Did you want to say anything?
No, you went over some great points. I think it's activity, activity, activity. In our case, we got a lot of clients, and we're calling them, offering them the benefits. We're emailing them, we're text messaging them, and we're just keeping track on every single one of those contacts. And maybe today they won't make a decision, but if you just keep following up with these people, if they don't make a decision in the next few days, they'll know somebody that needs it. And that's what we're doing. We're just plugging away, doing some marketing, and just really excited about the benefits. But I did have a question for you, Mr. Lonnie.
Yes,
When
sir.
when you're telling when you're saying, does somebody go out and prepay for somebody's 25 enrollments? What do you mean by that?
So David came up with this strategy. He has this investment firm and things, but basically he's going to pay for 25 people to get this service, like as a humanitarian.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that, we
So,
know these services
okay.
need to be had. I'm a homeless preacher. So I
Mm-hmm.
know everybody that I preach to, I believe that everybody I preach to could probably pay for this on their own because they got like Social Security, they got different stuff coming in, disability checks. But David's saying, man, find people that really need it and I'll pay for them just out of the goodness of my heart. And so that's a strategy that he came up with.
Yeah. They would all need
He,
different
so
like
he he
mailing
services.
address. They
So
all
he
can't have the same mailing address
right.
or email.
So you would pay for the whole year of membership, or would it be indefinite?
Yeah, just pay monthly. You know what I mean? You can always cancel them if you want to. But yeah, I just paying for them. Like I basically like sign up. I get their email, their date of birth, their address. I basically create an account for them. Put enter my card info. I do like create like a password for them and stuff, so that way if I ever want to, I'll have access to kind of cancel it. But it'll email them all the stuff they need to get access to the benefits, but also have access over control over the account. And then you
You're
just
doing that, and you're doing that like I could explain it like just as a charity. Is that's what I'm
yeah, I'm helping. I'm just trying to find people that don't have health insurance, and doing it as a charity. But I'm also doing it for myself, right? Because I know I'm going to get to that 25 for sure when I'm not going to have a bunch of clients canceling on me all the time. And then, once I hit that level, then I'm just waiting for the matrix to fill up. I'm going to keep actively signing people up for paid prescription or subscriptions as well. I'm going to keep going, I'm not going to stop. But once I know I have that baseline of 25, then I can just watch the matrix fill up. And then once there's about 400 people in the matrix, you're breaking even. And every person in the matrix after that is just
Now, let me
straight
ask
money
you
in your
another
pocket.
question here. So these 25 customers that you go out and do the charity for, um, now, you're also making more sales, right? Enrolling more customers. But basically, you're doing this, is it just to lock up that 25 minimum customer
Yep.
requirement to unleash the commissions?
Exactly. I'm kind of guaranteeing that I won't have like a bunch of clients canceling me, or I'm like, oh, I'm not eligible anymore for the Matrix rewards, all 8 levels.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of guarantees you're not going to fall below that. And then everything, after that is just gravy on top. Right.
Understood. Okay. Yeah, I was just curious on that. Okay.
Yeah, that's my
Uh,
kind of initial strategy and kind of grow from there. And then once you get on level 5 unlocked, it opens up another matrix. So you could pay another ambassador fee, open up another matrix and fill that one up and do another 25 and another. You could end up filling up,
So do we have like a master spreadsheet or numbers of how this matrix filling up and how that's falling in this downline, I imagine, right? Because that's what you're talking about, right? You're banking on these other enrollments that are in the matrix, correct?
yeah, but basically whenever any agent
But
signs up anyone, it goes into the matrix, yeah, for
those
everyone.
enrollments are a mixture of all of us filling that
Yes.
matrix, correct?
Yeah, any agent that signs up someone that goes into the matrix for, you know, the only way it couldn't hit your matrix is if we had like over 10,000 agents where, you know, they're not every client went into goes into everyone's matrix. It kind of would take turns filling up the matrices, but that's kind of a down the road problem. It's probably gonna, ways away from getting there.
I get you. No, but it's great information, guys. And Lonnie, asking them about if people are happy with their health insurance or their health care, right? Most people are going to have a something to say about that. So that's what we've discovered as well. That there's something to talk about, and those talking points are, what we follow up on, and again, it's an amazing product. So I'm excited to be here, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And one thing that you just said, because I know you're a master at this too, brother. You're one of the high level people on this call. But we all know when you get to a high level of direct sales or a high level of sales at all, that the follow up is where the fortune's at, right? Somebody might they'll call somebody up and somebody will say, well, I don't know about it. And they'll just say, oh man, I didn't get the person. Like barely anybody is going to get in on the first call. It's like, never happens. Like you might have to do a follow up. I think the average follow up is supposed to be 7 times or something, I believe, until
Yeah,
somebody signs up.
yeah.
So a lot of people
Well,
just don't follow up enough and they give up. Man, I talked to the person 3 times about it. He still didn't sign up. No, the average person that signs up for something gets 7 different ways of getting contacted: email, phone calls. They
mhm.
click on a Google ad. It's like, man, there's so many times, but sometimes we give up. But I just want to tell you guys, I know he's a master of what he was just saying. It just seemed like it came out real easy what he was saying. I don't want you guys to miss what he was saying. He was telling you that the fortune is in the follow up. The customer is in the follow up. It's not in the first 2, 3 calls. It's like sometimes you got to keep on emailing. Okay, I'll put you on an email blast, brother, and I'll send something out once a week to you and tell you about the new things that are going on with it. I mean, you're gonna have to make things like that.
Yeah,
Everything's not going to be so simple for you guys.
absolutely. We sent out 500 emails probably in the last 3 to 4 days. And again, we didn't use MailChimp because we get blocked there. So, I have my staff physically emailing each and every single one of these clients because I believe that, the product that we provide with Benavita is so powerful that it deserves that personal touch with these people. And again, we call them, we email them, And then once we have someone to talk about, we look for other relationship marketing strategies within that one client. This is a topic that, even if someone's into their health, right? They love natural remedies. I like that stuff too. But there's still a need for everything that we cover. So there's always a talking point. So whether you have existing clients or you're drumming up your own, all it takes is just engaging with people about these simple talking points that, again, if you're intentional with it, you get people talking. And that is what excites me about this matrix, because eventually you get someone that goes viral, like the gal that was talking about, I believe it was her daughter, that had 500,000 views on that link, right? I mean, you get something like that in there, or you get a funnel in there. I mean, there's so many variables here that can just blow this up in the right way. And that's what's exciting. We just don't know who it is or what experience they're going to have. But if we don't make the intention, we'll just never know. So, but no, you're right on the follow up, Mr. Lonnie, for sure.
Yeah, and there you go again, saying something else masterful, right? I've been at the top of two different direct sales companies, and my biggest person that I ever had was somebody that said he's not good enough to be on my team. He said, "Man, I took special ed my whole life. Just I want you to help me and make me a better person." Man, this person had me in a whole nother country, had 900 people waiting in a room to sign up. Bro, that team spread out bigger than anything ever. And this is somebody that I put an ad out, met him in Starbucks, and he was like, "Man, I don't even think I'm good enough to be on your team." I mean, sometimes we devalue the person that's going to bring the biggest persons to us. And so, like you just said, like we don't know where it's going to come from. Michelle, did a pickle kit for her kid, and now 500,000 people looked in 3 days. She never did that before.
Mm.
We don't know who's going to go viral. We don't know, what's going to happen. There's different people that are on my team that are doing huge things, like trying to get grants, trying to do this. There's all these things, and all we got to do is just flow this information to each other. And I know some people are going to hit big on this one, because this isn't like something that you'll have to sell to nobody. This is something that, 25 million people are using. The top corporations in the United States are a part of this thing, and they believe in it. They have the biggest compliance. They're not going to just add a service that's a piece of crap. They'll get
Mhm.
sued by their own people. So if we think about it, 7% of the United States population is using this service by the company we're teamed with. So you
Yeah.
can't tell
Huge.
me that nobody wants it. You can't tell me that it's not going to be big. Like, I already know it's going to be big because it's already big. We just got to
Uh-huh.
make it big on our end so we can eat with it.
Yeah. The direct to consumer licensing is huge, and it sells itself if you just get it. If you the way you present it is the right way to talk about it. So no, I'm in agreement with all everything you're saying here. So again, I'm really excited to be here.
Right on, me too. Does anybody else want to say anything, or we're gonna close off? And we're gonna start doing some more of these events throughout the week. Some for ambassadors, some for customer stuff, and just we want to really keep momentum, and we really want people that want to be on an event like this to be able to have something that they can tune into, social thing like this. And then we want to share people's success. I want to start sharing, this teammate got 10 customers, this person got 5 ambassadors. I want to start, let's start promoting each other. Let's start telling the whole company what's going on out here, right?
I agree.
All right. There's no more questions. We're going to end it. God bless everybody. You guys have a great day, and I'll make a video out of this and I'll send it in the back. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Lonnie. Bye
Thank
bye.
you
Thank you,
God
man.
bless
guys.
you all. Bye bye.
God bless. Bye
Thanks,
bye.
Bye
Lonnie.
bye.
Yep. See you.